We're there to serve, make sure we're creating a fair atmosphere for both teams, upholding the integrity of the game.
I chose to be an official. It's the best decision I've made.
In life, things aren't scripted. Games aren't pre-scripted. You know, I got into officiating because my father was an official. Officiating was part of our family life. It wasn't just the game.
Get to be outside, get to experience the game. It's so much more fun. You can get a lot out of it.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
To help me become not only a better official, but a better person.
It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
And it's just been wonderful.
Have you heard of the fantastic new golf shoes which actually will help your game? Squares will help you improve your balance, stability, and give you more distance.
You want to work on your golf swing authentically? Do it from ground upwards. Change your shoes, change your game.
I did, and I gained 7 yards. These shoes are designed with the latest performance technology, and in testing, they're proven to help add distance. Just go to getsquares.com to find out more. Squares, the distance golf shoe.
And we're back here on Big's Golf Talk, BGT 2.0 and BGT TV. I am John Quick, Big John Quick. He is the golf father, Bill Cuevas. And Bill, it's time to talk some news here on Big's Golf Talk. One young man I want to talk about is Miles Russell. Have you heard about this kid?
Have I heard about him? Look what I wanted to talk about.
Well, he will make his PGA Tour debut this week at the Detroit Golf Club. He might just have to change in the parking lot, though. Russell, the top-ranked junior golfer in the country, received a sponsor's invite to the Rocket Mortgage Classic, but as one of his fellow competitors this week pointed out on Tuesday, the 15-year-old technically isn't old enough to do this pretty essential thing at the Donald Ross course. On Tuesday, Willie Mack III, who qualified for the event by winning Monday's John Shippen Invitational, was asked about the teen phenom, and he mentioned the club's age requirement to access the locker room. Question, there's a 15-year-old kid in the field this week in Miles Russell. I'm just curious how you would have handled that situation if that you were at 15 playing in the PGA Tour event. Willie Mack says, who knows? I know he's a good golfer. I was talking to Jason, I think, yesterday about him not even being able to get into the locker room because it says 16 and over. We were joking about that. Just a guess, but they're probably going to let the rules slide this week with Russell, who is still too young to drive to the golf course, but his golf game is well beyond his years. Bill, the golf father, Cuevas, what is your talk on this?
At 5'7", 135 pounds, and he's on tour crushing it. Can you imagine when he grows up? It's incredible. I mean, the numbers that he's firing. He's talking about the Korn Ferry Tour like it was just like playing in his kindergarten class.
Yeah.
And it's like, I guess it's kind of good because the other guy that we saw years ago, there's two guys right now, I think they're both 16 that are really doing well on tour as well. And we're starting to see it more and more. These kids are starting younger. I believe he started golfing and being taught at the age of 6. So people see it, and some of the swings that these kids have are phenomenal. So I'm going to be rooting for him. I don't know if he's going to be finishing in the top 10 or anything, but I'm going to be definitely watching and rooting for him.
Well, back in April, Bill, he became the youngest golfer to ever make a Korn Ferry Tour cut.
Yep.
So how about that? Now, what is I don't remember what the youngest age it is that played on the PGA Tour. Was Tiger that person, or I can't remember if that was the case. It sounds like Miles might be that that
Hey
person.
Siri, what is
Siri
the
knows everything.
youngest person to play on a PGA Tour event? Oh
Huh.
my God. Don Dunkelberger is the youngest player ever on the PGA Tour. He was 11 years old when he played in the
Oh, yeah, that's never gonna be broken.
1937 Chicago Open.
That's never going to be broken.
11! And it was in your hometown, Chicago.
You said his name was what? Don?
Don Dunkelberger.
I know that guy. He had
Yeah?
a pizza place
No
in
way.
Chicago.
The
Yeah.
youngest ever, 11, never to be broken again. Child labor laws. It's not gonna happen.
It's amazing, isn't it?
It's insane. Oh God.
Well, despite
What
FedEx
else is in the
dominance,
news?
despite FedEx dominance, Scotty Scheffler finds himself in a tricky spot amid fans. He's not Tiger Woods. It seems each day we have new evidence of Scotty Scheffler's dominance. The current world number one stands atop the FedEx Cup points list all alone without a likelihood of anyone topping him. Scheffler has earned 5,768 points en route to 6 victories and a further 9 top 10s. Standing behind him is Xander Schauffele. The 2024 PGA Championship winner has scored 3,257 points, courtesy of his major win, and a further 10 top 10s. The difference is a staggering 2,511 points. No one has taken a lead this enormous since 2009 per golf bet. Scheffler's closest competitor was Jordan Spieth in his historic 2014-15 campaign with 1,213 points. Scheffler's Texas neighbor won 5 times that season with 4 runner-ups and 6 top 10s. Tiger Woods in 2013 took a 416-point lead thanks to 5 wins, 1 runner-up, and 2 additional top 10s. There's some caveat to this, however. Scheffler's draw-dropping feat has come courtesy of spectacular performance in the signature events. The 28-year-old has won 4 of the last 5 signature events. He didn't tee off at the Wells Fargo Championship. His worst finish in the $20 million purse events was tied for 10th at the Genesis Invitational. These 4 titles added 2,800 points to his tally. Furthermore, the Players' Championship victory also rewarded him with 750 points. These 5 victories alone would have put him ahead of the pack. Notably, among other records, Scheffler became the first player since Arnold Palmer in 1962 to win 4 times before July. The Texas resident is also the only 4th different player in the last 4 decades to win 6 times in a calendar year. Unsurprisingly, the 2-time major winner has attracted comparison with Tiger Woods, but is the current number one as good as the former? Well, fans are reluctant to crown Scheffler ahead of the Woods. So what are your thoughts, Bill?
The first thing I was waiting for you to say, well, all the real golfers are in live. That's what I was waiting for. I mean, could we make an argument that the players are there? I mean, they have a lot of great players there, and when they do show up, when they're allowed to play in those tournaments together, there's a lot of them performing really, really well. So,
well, this is our first time also on the air to talk about the whole Rory McIlroy issue with Rory just walking away. Now, he has apologized and since then has congratulated Scotty Scheffler on the win at the U.S. Open. But you talk about all the players, all the good players being on live, and certainly may not be wrong about that, but certainly cannot discount what's on, and certainly I'm not a PGA Tour person because of what they've done to me personally from the PGA Tour. But here's the deal. You got these players. You have good players that have been committed and loyal to the PGA Tour,
Mhm.
but have not grasped the face of the PGA Tour like a Scotty Scheffler in the recent couple of
Mhm.
years that we've seen him under
Yeah.
this new thing that we have with Live and PGA Tour. However, what does that say for Rory McIlroy, who is obviously partnered with Tiger Woods with this new league
Mhm.
that has not launched yet? There's a story about that, how that's been evaluated at $400 million. Something that is not even kicked off yet.
Yeah, and all because one stadium happened to go down during a hurricane a year and a half ago,
Yeah,
and with all that money, they couldn't fix it. It's virtual.
right.
It's like, come on, it didn't take you that long to build it. It's taking you that long to repair it. But again, you had some of the big ones that dropped out as soon as they jumped tour for Live. They were gone. Who wants to watch that really? And really, 400 million. I think that's like too much evaluation for them. You're just putting their name on it, and at this point, I don't think it's me. I wouldn't watch it. I don't care. I'd rather watch Live. I'd rather watch Live with the
And you
voices
know
off
what?
and have a good time.
Yeah, well, for you to say that, because in the
Mhm.
beginning, when I was pro Live,
Yep.
you were still on the fence on that,
Mhm.
where
Absolutely.
you were not sure about that.
I watched it the other weekend. I watched it, and honestly, the only thing that was like, it might be me. It was distracting. I'm listening to the announcers tell what the golfer's going to do, and then they have a party hole. So they have these holes where they're just blasting music. So you're listening to the music, you're listening to the person try to talk over the music, and you're trying to watch golf. So you know what my stuff was? Mute. I muted it and I got to watch it and I was okay. And then when they got, I think it was 15 or 16 is their party hole, they call it.
Right.
Once I got past that hole, I was happy. I was content. Watching some of these guys play, I miss it. I miss some of these guys. I mean, Bryson is a classy guy. I think you posted something about it, or you might have posted on something. It showed up, and one of our other guys that we know, he started talking about it. Back and forth. We can't take anything away from Bryson is an amazing young
Well,
guy.
that's the thing. See, here's the deal.
Mhm.
Our good friend of mine personally,
Mhm.
he's real good friends. He's complimented this show for his start on his podcast and stuff like that.
Mhm.
But the funny thing is, ever since he started his podcast, he refuses to have me on the show. And I've told Steve McMillan this.
Mhm.
The reason why you can't have me on your show is because I will put you guys to shame on why Live is better than the PGA Tour, because he is anti-Live 100%.
And I don't know. I mean, if you're a golf lover, you're a golf lover, and even you still have to be. I guess the word you can't be biased. Yeah, you have to. I mean, if you're going to deliver. Bryson, regardless if he's on Live, Europe, Japan, wherever the hell he's still a classy guy. He's still a great golfer. He does amazing.
Could he have gotten it? Could he have gone astray? During a time of when he turned pro, maybe because Steve had a problem with him. He met him or whatever the case might be, and Bryson shied him off, whatever the case might be.
Maybe it was Steve.
I've known Bryson before he turned pro.
Mm-hmm.
I met him before he turned pro when he was making his own clubs. He's playing with his own clubs. And then he turned pro, and and then he started doing a workout and doing science and stuff like that on the pros in a pro tour and his pro career. And he could have, but everything I know about Bryson before he turned pro, upstanding guy, really nice, down to earth. And now, we're starting to see them promote more Bryson, showing his generosity. And to me, that was something that he's always done. He just never.
He was the first one, even now on the PGA Tour. With I don't know if you saw the one with the boy in the wheelchair.
Yeah,
I don't know what he had, but Bryson literally stopped, went over there, hugged him, wrote on his hat, held his hand. I mean, it's Bryson. That's who he is. You can't make it, oh, he's just, no, that's who he is. I was with him before all this crazy stuff happened. And I was like, hey, Bryson, we were together, him, Lexi Thompson, and one of the other guys. And I was like, hey, my boys love you at the tattoo parlor. They absolutely love you. And he goes, well, let's FaceTime.
Yeah.
And we did. You know what I mean? And that's the type of guy he is. Depending on the situation, that's when I would say, if you're working, you're working. There was parts of the stuff that we were doing.
Don't forget also, there's people around him that have
Absolutely.
to shag him to another interview or have to shag him to an appointment.
Yes,
you know,
he has a team. There was three of them.
And I will tell you this: I was watching Live the other day, and they were doing the post game stuff. Something I forgot what the name of the show is. And I'm watching this post game, and this post game went an hour after the tournament had ended, and certainly all throughout that hour they showed him just still signing autographs.
It was dark. It was dark. And he was still doing it.
After he had golf, he's out 1 hour after everybody's finished. He's still out there signing. He's the only person out there signing, as a matter of fact.
And I like that about him. He hasn't really changed. I mean, so he plays for Liv. Whoopie do. He plays phenomenal.
Maybe Steve ran into one day that he was rushed. He had to get someplace, whatever case might be. But it is what it is.
It is. And Steve, let Biggs on your show, man. Come on. What the hell's going on? What's up with that? Let him on your show, man. How about if the both of us go on at the same exact time? Let's just take over his show.
Let's just take it over. Let's
go take it over.
Yeah.
Hey, Steve, if you're watching, we're gonna
it's a hostile takeover. We're taking over.
We're gonna do a hostile takeover. How's that sound? we just got to find the time. It's in the middle of the night. We'll find out. We'll
wait till you guys are drunk and kicking the door.
Yeah, that's all. We'll just take it over. We'll run that place. All right, we guys get out for this next segment. We're running behind on everything. Let's cut down the next one.
Let's get into our next segment here, and we got some Live news coming up here with McDowell. So Graham McDowell,
my boy Graham,
or is it Graham McDowell? Who is it that we're talking about? Lee Westwood.
Oh, Lee West. Okay.
Lee Westwood. We're talking about in the next segment right here on Big's Golf Talk. We'll be right back right after this.